Put in that word. Another one.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of, episode 2 of Gridiron Evaluations. I'm your humble host, the Fantasy Typhoon, a.k.a. the Fantasy Typhoon. The humble host of Fantasy Typhoon, a.k.a. the Mentalist, a.k.a. your favorite analyst. And welcome to Gridiron Evaluations, episode 2. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Hope Santa brought you everything yet your hearts desired, everything that was on your list. Hopefully that you weren't naughty, you were nice. And Happy New Year to everyone listening. That's the next big event that's coming down the pike. So Happy New Year to each and everyone listening. Get those new things that we're going to be doing, that we want to redirect or we want to try, and resolutions that we want to try for next year to better ourselves in 2021. 2020 was rough. 2020 was a rough one. Not really sad to see 2020 walk out the door and 2021 come in. Let's hope for better things in 2021 than 2020 brought us. But on today's show, we want to talk about Jared Goff is out. We got John Walford up for the Los Angeles Rams. We want to talk about the release of Dwayne Haskins. Was he done wrong, or, was that valid? Alvin Kamara missed the fantasy. Because pretty much once Alvin Kamara game was in the books, your championship, if you didn't have Alvin Kamara, your championship hopes were over. And we'll also talk about Brandon Aiyuk and some things I've seen watching him on tape. He's eerily similar to Davante Adams. That's for some fantasy guys in there too on Gridiron Evaluations. This is here where it's football, all football, nonstop football, whether it's college football or whether it's an NFL football. It don't matter. We sit here and talk about football. My co-host Damon Parson and my co-host First Down Scout are home with their families, so Typhoon will do this one alone, and this also will not be a visual. Hopefully, first of the year, first couple of weeks in the year, we can get back to schedule. We can get things back to where the Gridiron Evaluation will be back live on YouTube, live on Periscope. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And if you're watching on Periscope, make sure you subscribe and like. If you're listening on iTunes or through any podcast avenue, make sure you like and subscribe. At first, let's get on to Dwayne Haskins. And my guy Damon Parson likes him and thinks he's a prime talent, and First Down Scout thinks he's a prime talent. I've been telling both of those guys he's not ready. Not only is he not ready mentally, he's not ready physically, he's not ready to start in the NFL. It came too fast for him. And sometimes, as you can see, Justin Herbert, you think he's not ready. You don't know if a quarterback is ready, to be honest with you, until you throw him in the fire. That's when you really find out if the guy's ready. They threw Joe Burrow in the deep ocean. He was ready. But you can see that the schemes, those 7-5, those 7-step drops that Zach Taylor had in the playbook were getting him killed. He was taking a beating. And, man, he was a warrior because he would get right back up and keep going. And he knew being a quarterback, Joe Burrow knew that that the design of this play was not conducive to NFL talent. He knew it. He got up, took a beating. You don't want to wish injury on anybody. I repeat, you do not want to wish injury on any of these NFL players, whether they're my favorite team or not. I don't want to see any NFL player injured, but you could see this was where this was going. Those beatings were coming week in and week out for the simple fact that, Zach Taylor has that risk it biscuit. He's doing those 4 verticals. He wants that ball down the field over 15, 20 yards downfield. And when your offensive line has to be able to block for, let's just say, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 steps. Then you got 6 steps, 7 steps. That's a long time for your offensive line to hold blocks, especially when you got Aaron Donald and those type guys breathing down your neck. T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett in that division, you face twice a year, breathing down your neck. Inevitably, we knew it was trending towards him getting hurt. That was just the outcome that was inevitable. Hate to see him get hurt that bad, but hopefully the organization has learned some things from that playbook and fix that offensive line before we have another Andrew Luck situation on our hands. Another good quarterback who's like, man, look, I just got my brains beaten and I can't do it anymore. And if unfortunately Andrew Luck quit when the offensive line was ready to rock and roll. Finally you got a competent GM in the building who fixed your offensive line enough to where you wouldn't have the rigors of the NFL wouldn't take their toll on you. But Andrew Luck walked out right at the time when it was fixed. So we never really got to see Andrew Luck really be Andrew Luck, in other words. But looking at Dwayne Haskins, two things about Dwayne Haskins that stood out to me. 2 negatives. And I always tell Damon and I always tell First Down Scout. I was taught by, some real NFL scouts. Some have over 40 years in business. And I had the opportunity in my career networking, getting to talk to actually some GMs as well, getting to talk to some actual offensive coordinators, of course, football players. I talk to them all the time, but also being able to talk with some quarterback coaches and scouts. And the number one thing that a quarterback has to possess to be successful in the NFL is not arm talent. It's not how strong your arm is. It's not how tall you are. It's not weighing 230. It's not being able to stand tall in the pocket. It's not your footwork, shoulder length apart, swinging your hips. It's not a quick release. It's not accuracy. Now, a quarterback needs those intangibles. Yes. You have to be able to be accurate. Yes, you have to have a short range of motion. Yes, you have to have your feet pointed towards your target. Yes, you have to have your good footwork. Yes, you have to understand certain systems. But the number one trait that an NFL quarterback must have if you want him to go to the Aaron Rodgers level, the Peyton Manning's level, the Ben Roethlisberger level, the Drew Brees level, Tom Brady's level. If you want your quarterback to reach elite level in the NFL, they must be able to process pre-snap to post-snap. You have to see it. I repeat, you have to see it. That is number one. Because if you can't see it, you can't play. And if you play without seeing it, you won't play long. That's proven. That is a proven fact. And Dwayne Haskins cannot see it. Now, he's already doomed in my eyes. As soon as he came in the NFL, he was already doomed. Dwayne Haskins was not a first-round pick caliber type of quarterback because he can't see it. 2, okay, he did get drafted as a first-round quarterback. Okay, fine. Dwayne Haskins needed to sit, I would say, about 2 years for him to get acclimated, to let the game slow down, for him to be able to succeed at the NFL level. Because coming from Saturday to Sunday is, boy, that's night and day. The speed, and these guys are the athletes at every position: linebacker, defensive line, safety, cornerback, linebacker. These guys are animals, and they're on a different level than these guys that you play with on Saturday. These guys are millionaires. They know what they're doing. They're skilled at their craft. They're fast. They're even faster than you. And they watch you for your tendencies. They break you down in the film room. They know what you want to do before you even do it. So you are already facing an uphill battle. Then, here's what got me is when, if you think back when he was a rookie, he came in. He was the starter at that point. He was playing at that point. He was the quarterback at one point in time in his rookie year. I think it was his first start or his first appearance in an NFL game. This is what really said. This is when I really said, no, is when he was supposed to come in. I think it was, if my memory serves me correctly, I could be wrong, but I think it was some sort of victory formation. The game was over. Washington was supposed to be in victory formation, and he missed it. They had to send the backup quarterback in because Haskins was out with the crowd signing autographs. I've never seen that happen before. I've been doing this over 12 years. I've never seen a starting quarterback forget to start or get so sidetracked on other things that he forgets to come take the handoff. That was a huge red flag. Everybody's like, it's okay. Don't criticize the kid. He's a kid. He's young. Da-da-da-da-da. No. Can't do that. You can't be so, you want to say loose, or how can I say, you can't be so, what's the word I'm looking for here? You can't be so reckless to where you forget to start. You forget to go take the handoff. Do you hear what I'm saying? Your team is out there, started offenses out on the field, and you are on the sideline with the fans. That I can't grasp that. Now I know, well, he's young, forgive him for that. Okay. You can. I got to flag him for it. That shows immaturity. That already showed you, not only is he not ready because he can't see it, it already shows you that he doesn't understand what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. He's already behind. I'm talking about mentally. I'm not even talking about his arm strength, his 40 time, his speed, his bench press, his arm strength, his accuracy. None of that matters right now. Dude forgot to come out and be the quarterback. Somebody else had to go in and do victory formation for him because he forgot. That's huge, man. That's like you at your job. That's like you go to lunch and forget to come back to work. Not that you got sick and can't come back to work. You just went out, let me go to the mall, and then it's 12 o'clock. You got lunch from 12 to 1. All right, let's say you want to go buy something for your insignificant other or whatever, for the kids or whatever you're doing. You go grocery shopping or whatever you're doing, and you forget to go back to work. You get the groceries and you go home and you just start taking the groceries out and then start cooking, turning on the NFL Network or whatever you do at home, and then you start chilling. Oh, snap, I forgot to go back to work. That's his job. And you can't forget to work. But, that right there showed me, okay, this is not a quarterback. He can't be a quarterback. Then I know this was Washington leaking things out. He was sleeping and he was late for meetings. Of course, for him forgetting to take the handoff, already told me he was already sleeping in meetings. He was already showing up late. You already knew that. You could already see that, and the head coach was already allowing it. So if it's happening, you as a coach, you either allowing it or coaching it. So that already told me enough about Haskins. He doesn't take this. I'm not going to say he don't take it serious enough, because he does take it serious enough in his mind. He thinks it's serious enough. And I hate to say it, it's kind of like Michael Vick. We never got to saw real Michael Vick. And he'll tell you, man, I thought I was the man. I didn't study my playbook. I didn't take this craft serious. He never really learned how to read a defense. So we missed who Michael Vick really could have been if he would have came in and glued himself down and took the craft seriously instead of just getting a by on his talent. His talents got him by. He was just naturally gifted. We never really got to saw Michael Vick. We were robbed of that. Just like Vince Young. Same thing. Come in, it's more about me. And it's not me. It's more about my brand. This new NFL now, these guys have a brand. It's about my image. It's about the player on the field. No, not him. It's about me off the field. Let's go to the clubs. Let's hit the clubs. Let's hit the strip clubs. Let's hang out. Let me put on all this gold jewelry. Let me floss. I've been there, done it. As a youngster, absolutely. Spending money, go to work. Spend instead of paying rent, spending money elsewhere, trying to be a baller, trying to be something that I'm not, trying to keep that rap persona. I know, I get it. I know what he's doing. I can see it. Me coming from that and had to mature and outgrow that thinking and that lifestyle. I see it in him. It's in him. He wants to be that rapper style. He wants that rapper style. He wants that. He wants to make it rain. That's what gets him off. So if you really want to teach him how to do it, you got to teach him the playbook through making it rain. This play one is called Make It Rain. And you run to the right, to the left, then you pass to the left. That's what a rain is, and that's what a money pot is. You got to teach him. That's the only way you can really understand. That's what he understands, what he comprehends. And I'm black, so I don't know if white folks, kids do that. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I went through, and hey, I had to go through that. I went through that phase of life, and I had to outgrow that. I had to mature. Whoa. This is money I'm throwing away. This is actual dollars here that I'm doing. I'm giving away to somebody else just so I can get that pat on the back. Typhoon, man, my dog. What's up, boy? Just so I could get that acceptance. You know, and that's what Dwayne Haskins is going through right now. And I can't say he'll wake up tomorrow. I can't say, but he can't play football. Not with that mentality. He can't do it. He'll never take it serious. So I'm afraid now we'll never really see Dwayne Haskins be Dwayne Haskins. And I never thought he could do it. I'm talking about play at that elite, at that Peyton Manning, at that Peyton Manning, at that Phillip Rivers, at that Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady type level. Anyway, now, you add the immaturity in there. During the pandemic, dudes hanging out. But not that. See, here's the thing, and I don't want you to say I'm against folks hanging out. You can hang out. All of those guys hang out. Tom Brady hangs out. But the thing is, you don't see pictures of it. That's the mature ones. The mature ones hang out and have fun. You just don't see the pictures. That's what let me know he was reckless when the picture floated around Twitter and on social media of him hanging out. Whether it was a strip club or not, he didn't have a mask on. He was doing immature things. You can do it. You just can't have a photograph out. That's the key. All those players do it. That's just not a picture. So now I'm looking at Vince Young, looking at Dorial Green Beckham, man. What if Dorial Green Beckham came in, sat down, took it seriously, opened his playbook? Dog, I'm going to be the best wide receiver you've ever seen. He had it. His mind won't right. Just think if Vince Young would have walked in. You remember him? Boy, he was a baller in college. Just think if he got to the NFL and said, you know what, y'all get out my way. I'm here at 3:30 in the morning. I'm leaving at 9 at night. I want this. Coach, teach me. Coach me hard. Fuss at me. Yell at me. Teach me how to do this. Teach me how to do that. Why this play go this way? Why are we going to the left? Why are we throwing it to the right? Explain this to me. Offensive coordinator, you sit down with me. Come home with me. Teach me. Why am I doing it this way? Folks, that is the part of scouting. That is the part of gridiron evaluation we don't have privy to. On any of these guys. Like I said, I have real scouts that give me real information. They actually talk to the coaches. They've been scouting these guys through high school. They've watched every play. Travis Etienne. They've watched every play of Travis. They don't just watch 2 games and then give me a report. They've been watching every game Travis Etienne has played that's on film. Then they go talk to the coach he's had in high school and in college. Then they write their report. They turn it into the general manager. I get that same report. I have been networking, and I finally got to that point to where I received that same information. So I have real grades, is what I'm trying to say. And Travis Etienne is graded right now, today, as the number 1 running back. Now, that will change once the combine is over and once they finalize everything before they turn the final reports in to the league office or their organizations. Typhoon gets a CC copy from three different organizations. One's retired and does consulting work. The other 2 work for actual NFL teams right now. Typhoon will get 3 reports, 3 grades from 3 different scouts, 2 actively working in the NFL, 1 is retired. I get that information. So I have a good view of who's about to ball out and who's not. That's why ever since I've been getting these the last 6 years, my rookie drafts, I've been knocking them out the water. I haven't missed. Oh, I picked Ruggs this year. It was either Ruggs or Justin Jefferson. I took Ruggs. I'm still waiting on Ruggs. Just because he didn't ball out, and Jefferson balled out. Just because he didn't ball out Jefferson year 1 doesn't mean Ruggs can't go. So I got to sit back and do a full evaluation. That's what I do next show. I come in with a full Ruggs evaluation. Maybe Damon and First Down Scout will be with me, and we'll give you a gridiron evaluation of Henry Ruggs. Will be the first segment of 2021 of gridiron evaluations when you can actually see us. So when you're looking at Dwayne Haskins, it looked like it's not going to happen. Look like it's not going to happen on Dwayne Haskins. Now, he'll fall through waivers. Somebody will pick him up. Hopefully he learned from this. Oh, and here's some other things that were released that I've been told about Dwayne Haskins. The story out about him at the Combine. You know, a couple of GMs that are not GMs in the NFL right now, former GMs, walking around the combine with their credentials. Dwayne Haskins walk up to them and say, hey, how y'all doing? What's up, da-da-da-da-da. They shoot the breeze for a little bit. And before Dwayne Haskins leaves, Dwayne says, hey, I wonder if you guys can help me with my questioning that I'm going to be getting from these general managers coming up. In other words, can you guys spend about two hours with me or so, however much time it takes, just preparing me for these questions that I'm going to get from these GMs in the next couple of days? 2 GMs like, yeah, we got you. We help you out. So they said it. How about tomorrow? How about tonight at such and such time? And then we'll finish up tomorrow morning at such and such time. Haskins like, yeah, okay, at that such time, yeah. And in the morning at that time, yeah, absolutely, I'll be there. Thank y'all guys so much. GM's sitting at the place, waiting on Haskins that night. No show. He blew him off. Come back that morning, sitting there waiting on Dwayne Haskins. No show. And he asked for it. Well, he played like he wanted it. It sounded good. It looked good. Dwayne Haskins seems interested. He wanted. But then it ended up blowing both of those times off. Never met with those GMs. Never got the information to help him in his meetings. Now, that didn't hinder him from getting drafted in the first round. But it just showed you what you're about to get. It just showed you what you're about to get. You know, I already said he was late for meetings. Now, a lot of my other folks, now I know I'm black. I guess I'm not supposed to talk bad about Dwayne Haskins or whatever, because I see a lot of folks, well, you see on social media, a lot of folks think he was dealt a raw hand. No, he won't. Dude's not ready. Now they're leaking stuff out about him. Yes, they are, but it is what it is. Shouldn't have been out there to leak. Haskins had a prime job during the pandemic. Your head coach just got through cancer, so you know you can't bring COVID around him. So not only was he reckless with himself, he was reckless with his whole team. All they got to do is win a game in the playoffs. So he goes out Sunday, throws 2 interceptions, not ready to go, not prepared, was out hanging out without a mask on during the pandemic. And the regulations, whether it's through your state guidelines or Fauci or whoever, the one thing we do know, the NFL says you must wear a mask. So I'm not talking about the other guidelines. I'm talking about the NFL. So we know he should have a mask on. And he didn't. So he put everybody at risk. So that just shows you how reckless that situation was. But anyway, they lost. I'm glad they did because I'm a Cowboys fan. So if they turn around and lose again Sunday and my Cowboys beat the Giants, my Cowboys go to the playoffs. Now, will I be happy with a 7-9 team in the playoffs? No. I'll take a free playoff. We'll probably end up playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what it looks like. Whoever gets the slot from the NFC East will have a home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So good luck with that anyway. Alvin Kamara. 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 6 touchdowns against the Minnesota Vikings. 6 rushing touchdowns. Tied the NFL record? What a better time to show up in your playoff, in your fantasy football playoffs with 6 touchdowns than now. There wasn't a better time to do that, was it? So pretty much, what was that game? That game was Friday night, Christmas night. Your fantasy playoffs started and was over Friday night. So this was a dagger. It was an easy dagger. At least you knew it was over. If you were facing Alvin Kamara in the playoffs, you knew you were done. Saturday morning. You didn't even have to go through the 3 games that they had slated for Saturday or through the Sunday 1 and 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. You're not even waiting for the night. You're not even waiting for the night. Let me give you timestamp. 7:51, Monday, December 28th. The Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots are set to do battle on Monday Night Football. So you're not even worried about it. After the Minnesota, at halftime, when he had, 3 touchdowns, you already kind of knew, that's a whole nother half. He's already got 3. I think at halftime, he was sitting on 38. He was sitting on 38 at halftime. And you're sitting there, okay. If you're playing him, you're like, yeah, that's a wrap. But if you owned him, you were like, I think I need a little bit more to pull this off. They could come back. You don't want to count the chicks before they hatch. That saying. So you don't, but you knew it was over, but you couldn't really call it. You gotta do you gotta be political with it in the chat. Woo! What a half by Kamara. Woo! I hope this can continue. You can't say it's over, but yeah, you know what time it is. Looking at Brandon Aiyuk. Now I know Justin Jefferson is that dog right now, and Justin Jefferson shows it on the field. I'm not even looking at his box score. I'm talking about the way that man plays football. A lot of you'll learn if you subscribe with Gridiron Evaluations as we go down the road. Damon and First Down Scout are going to give you the low pad level, the wiggle room, and da-da-da. I'm going to give you get up quick, spin the football, flex, pointing at his DB. Caught the ball on you, fool. I like that. Now, I know that doesn't say a guy can play or not. It doesn't, but it does show me when I get that type of dog that feels that in their mind, you can tell it's in their mind, it's in their psyche. You can't stop me. So when you get that, you can't stop me, or man, I'm about to kill you, or I'm about to mutilate you, and you blend that with Damon and First Down Scouts list of intangibles, and along with due to my networking, my real NFL scouts grades. Man, we almost got the picture. We almost got a picture. We almost got a picture of what the real NFL can see. Almost. It's close. So these recommendations are going to be close to the real thing, authentic. And Brandon Aiyuk right now, if I had to rank rookie receivers right now, I would have to put Justin Jefferson. I would have to put Justin Jefferson in a tier by himself. He's by himself right now, but now remember, we do these gridiron evaluations. We pretty much cater to your dynasty leagues because we try to view the situation 3 years down the road. So anybody with eyes can see you even see it through the box score. You don't even have to watch the man play. You don't need film on Justin Jefferson. You know he's balling. His proof is in the pudding. But what about those guys like Ruggs and Aiyuk and T. Higgins and Darryl Mooney, and all these other rookies that show dominance at some time during some game, Mims, Pittman, these wide receivers show some dominance at some point, at somewhere you was like, woo, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. That dog. That's what I want to see. Even though you saw it from Rose a couple of times he would jump up. My ball mentality, wow, that little dude can jump. That little dude can jump out the gym. And he yanked the ball. Give me that. You saw it a couple of times from Rose. So he might not have had a box score that like Justin Jefferson's, where you don't even have to look at the film. But you could see little snapshots here and there. A little snapshot progressive you plug into your car. It takes a snapshot of your driving history. You can see snapshots, man. It's there. Aiyuk. Oh, you can see those snapshots. You can see snapshots of greatness. Now, they weren't all consistent all the way down in a row. And he did get privy to Kittle going down, Debo Samuel going down. So he was the primary target. So he did get 10, 15 targets in some cases. So you got to give me 100 yards. You're looking at that many targets. Now, will that target share continue? No. We're not expecting that target share to continue with Aiyuk. But his movements and his fire matched that of Davante Adams. So a tier today would be, how I want to say this, a tier right now at 7:58 now close would be Justin Jefferson by himself, then T. Higgins by himself, then Aiyuk, and maybe Claypool. No, T. Higgins and Claypool together. Then Aiyuk. No, maybe Aiyuk in the Higgins, Claypool, Claypool, and Aiyuk in that second tier. Then you got the third tier. You got Pittman, you got Ruggs, you got, CeeDee Lamb need to be in that second tier. Then you got Judy. Judy didn't really do what you wanted him to do. It's there. He didn't really pop. I'm talking about your fantasy points now. The fantasy points weren't there, but the snapshot is there. CeeDee Lamb, the snapshot is there. The greatness is there. You saw that catch CeeDee Lamb did against the Minnesota Vikings. It's there. That woo, that when you watching them, you're like, woo. Oh my, it's there. Mims had one catch, okay? Pittman had one catch and run. He looked dominant, but he's a little thin. Mims is a little thin. Want to see a little bit more meat on those bones. So I'm pretty sure those guys, first thing on their exit meeting after the season is over, those head coaches are going to be like, look, you need to eat. You need to get your weight up, son. We got to get you stronger. T. Higgins as well. We got to get you stronger, son. Aiyuk, he might be ready to rock and roll. Justin Jefferson, they might tell him to get they might need to get a little stronger. But Aiyuk, I know it sounds crazy, but out of CeeDee Lamb is going to jump to Justin Jefferson's tier next year. So dynasty leagues, I'm talking about this time next year, you should be looking at Justin Jefferson tier, CeeDee Lamb, Aiyuk, and Higgins. All in that tier. That's what I'm looking at that top tier. Then you got Judy, Ruggs, and Pittman. No, I don't know. Let's see if they get Zach Wilson in the Jets, then I'm gonna put Mims in that tier. I don't know about Pittman yet. I can't put Pittman there. I gotta really get in there and dissect this film. But next year, in that Justin Jefferson tier where he's all by himself, next year he should have company. Next year it should be Justin Jefferson. I don't know about Claypool. I want to put Claypool there. Claypool is something else. But at the same time, that offense, the same time your offense got to give you those targets. It's not just being that all-world dude. You got to get the targets to go along with that. Like Davante Adams, it took him time to grow until he got the trust with Aaron Rodgers. Now they're one mind. And those targets are coming. I can see Aiyuk doing that. In Shanahan's offense, because if you don't, I don't know if any folks have told you or not, Shanahan is kind of like a dictator of his offense. You know, the quarterback, when they go back, they already pretty much know where the ball should be going. Shanahan dictates his plays, and he calls them at a certain time against certain coverage. Shanahan knows where the ball should go before the ball is snapped. He's already telling you your pre-snap reads. So if you don't throw the ball to the X receiver at the 50-yard line, like he said in your headphones before they went out, in your headphones before they went out, Shanahan's a little upset. I told you to go to the X. Or I told you to go to the slot. I told you to check down. I told you to throw it to Jarrett McKinnon. I told you to throw it to Kittle. I'm talking about when the players call, he's already telling them where to go. You're supposed to do as I say. If an interception happens, then that's on me. Don't worry about it. That's kind of like with Shanahan's system. Now, let's just say all things, let's just speculate a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo's out the door. You get a new quarterback in there. Aiyuk's going to be number one. Deebo Samuel role is more of a multi-back. He's more of a running back with the football. So he's going to give him slants and short yardage stuff to where he takes and creates his own yak. Aiyuk is going to do the downfield zone man coverage. His route tree is going to be all over the place. Aiyuk is going to take that jump to Jefferson level. Hopefully we should start to see this sometime next year. So if you're in your dynasty leagues, next year, at this time next year, it should be Jefferson, Lamb, Aiyuk. Rieger, you might be out of luck. I'd take KJ Hamler before I would Rieger right now. You might be out of luck with Rieger. I don't know. Rieger is scaring me. Out of all these guys that were drafted in the first round, even with Ruggs underperforming, Ruggs just not getting the football. That's a difference. It's a difference when your offensive coordinator just not giving you the ball. You know? And when you do get the ball, sometimes your quarterback, you're just not on the same page. But it's there. It's a difference. Then it's not there. Kind of like N'Keal Harry. It's not there. Remember during his rookie season? It wasn't there. You saw no flash, no separation, nothing. It wasn't there. The box score showed you it wasn't there, but that wasn't enough. You had to see, it's not there. Let me get out. Now, I know a lot of folks are bailing on Ruggs, but in reality, you need to be maybe buying in on Ruggs and selling on Rieger. Rieger's that guy you need to be getting rid of. If I had to choose one of those number one round wide receivers, the Lamb, Judy, Ruggs, Jefferson, I'm getting rid of Rieger. I'm buying everything else. But Aiyuk is going to surprise you and sneak up on you like Davante Adams. They're the same guy. Let them get a good, competent quarterback in there. And let those plays get drawn up for Aiyuk to where the quarterback is already in his headphones. Kyle is already screaming, throw it to Aiyuk. So when the ball is hiked, quarterback's already throwing it to Aiyuk. Aiyuk can do it. Aiyuk is going to be that next phenom. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Aiyuk. Make sure you start going ahead and doing in your dynasty leagues what you need to do. Once again, this is the Gridiron Evaluations. I'm your host of Fantasy Typhoon, a.k.a. The Mentalist, a.k.a. your favorite analyst. This has been Gridiron Evaluations Part 2. Part 3 coming in the new year. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because when we start doing these diagrams and we start doing these videos to where you can actually see what I'm talking about and actually talk to you, we actually start bringing these GMs on and you can start seeing where I'm getting my information from and start hearing it from yourself, from the horse's mouth for the first time around. You'll be like, okay, they got something going over there. Let me follow these guys. Let me subscribe to these guys. They bringing the heat. Once again, it's the Fantasy Typhoon, a.k.a. The Mentalist, a.k.a. your favorite analyst. Gridiron Evaluations, Episode 2. We gone.